Are you struggling with high creatinine levels and looking for a natural way to support your kidneys? If so, you need to hear this. Certain fruits can actually help lower creatinine and improve kidney function, but most people have no idea which ones to eat. In this video, we're revealing 5 powerful fruits that can make a real difference. These aren't just any fruits. They contain special compounds that fight inflammation, protect kidney cells, and help your body filter out waste more efficiently. But here's the catch. If you're eating the wrong fruits, you might be unknowingly putting more strain on your kidneys. So, if you're serious about taking control of your kidney health, stay with me until the end, because this could be exactly what you need to get your creatinine levels under control. Let's get started. And first on the list is a fruit so popular and widely loved that you probably have it sitting in your kitchen right now. It's crisp, refreshing, and has a reputation for keeping doctors away. Any guesses? That's right. It's the classic yet powerful apple. You probably already know that apples are good for you, but what makes them so great for kidney health? Let's break it down. When kidney function declines, creatinine, a waste product from muscle metabolism, starts to build up in the blood because the kidneys can no longer filter it out efficiently. This is where apples step in. They are rich in a special type of soluble fiber called pectin, which does something pretty amazing. When you eat an apple, pectin forms a gel-like substance in your gut that binds to toxins and wastes, including creatinine, and help remove them through digestion rather than forcing your kidneys to do all the work. This way, apple help lower creatinine and support kidneys in their functioning. But that's not all. Apples also contain quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that plays a key role in protecting your kidneys. But why is this so important? Well, when it comes to kidney disease, there are 2 major culprits often make things worse: oxidative stress and inflammation. Oxidative stress happens when harmful molecules called free radicals build up in your body, damaging healthy cells, including the delicate filtering units in your kidneys. Over time, this weakens kidney function, making it even harder for them to filter waste properly. And then there is inflammation. While short-term inflammation is a natural part of healing, chronic inflammation is a different story. Instead of protecting your body, it starts attacking healthy tissues, contributing to kidney damage. Here's where apples step in. Quercetin helps neutralize free radicals, reducing oxidative stress before it can harm your kidneys. At the same time, it works to calm inflammation, preventing further damage to kidney cells. So, eating apples regularly can slow down kidney disease progression and support overall kidney health. Moreover, here is another reason apples deserve a spot in your diet. They are low in potassium. If you have been managing kidney disease, you know that too much potassium can be a real problem. But why is that? When kidneys are not functioning properly, they struggle to remove excess potassium from the blood. And when potassium levels get too high, it can lead to serious issues like irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and even dangerous heart complications. That is why keeping potassium in check is so important for kidney health. But guess what? A medium apple contains just 195 milligrams of potassium, which is well within the safe range. To put that into perspective, kidney patients are usually advised to keep their potassium intake between 2,000 and 3,000 milligrams per day. That means you can enjoy an apple without any worries, knowing it is both delicious and kidney-friendly. Now, what if you also have diabetes? Since many fruits are high in natural sugars, you might be wondering, can you eat apples if you have diabetes? The answer is yes. In fact, apples are one of the best fruits for diabetics because they have a low glycemic index of around 36, meaning they do not cause rapid blood sugar spikes. The fiber in apples also slows down sugar absorption, providing a steady source of energy rather than a sudden sugar rush. And here is something even more important. Managing diabetes is key to protecting your kidneys. High blood sugar over time can damage the delicate blood vessels in your kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste properly. That is why keeping blood sugar stable with the right foods, like apples, can play a big role in preventing further kidney damage. But what about calories? A medium apple contains only about 95 calories, so it's also a great low-calorie, nutrient-dense snack. It keeps you full, satisfies your sweet tooth naturally, and provides essential vitamins and minerals, all without putting a strain on your kidneys. Now, what's the best way to eat apples for maximum benefits? The simplest way is to eat them raw with the skin on, as that is where most of the fiber and antioxidants are concentrated. If you like a little variety, try slicing them into a salad for an extra crunch, or blending them into a smoothie. Just make sure to keep the skin on to retain all those nutrients. But if you are craving something warm and comforting, baking apples is an amazing way to enjoy them. And it is super easy. Start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Choose a firm apple variety like Honeycrisp, Fuji, or Granny Smith. These hold their shape best when baked. Wash them thoroughly, then core them using a knife or an apple corer, making sure to leave the bottom intact so the filling does not spill out. For a burst of flavor, mix a teaspoon of cinnamon with a teaspoon of honey and spoon it into the hollowed-out center of each apple. If you love some added texture, sprinkle a few crushed walnuts or oats on top. Then, place the apples in a baking dish and pour about half an inch of water at the bottom. This helps keep them moist while they bake. Pop them in the oven and bake for 30 to 40 minutes, or until they become soft and slightly golden. Once they are done, let them cool for a few minutes before digging in. The result? A naturally sweet, fiber-rich treat that satisfies your dessert cravings while still being kidney-friendly. And when it comes to picking the best apples, look for firm ones with no bruises or soft spots. These are the freshest and will last the longest. If you want them to stay fresh even longer, store them in the fridge, where they can last up to 4 to 6 weeks. If left at room temperature, they should be eaten within a few days for the best taste and texture. But as with anything, balance is key. While apples are incredibly beneficial, eating too many can cause bloating or digestive discomfort due to their high fiber content. So, sticking to one apple a day is the perfect way to get all the benefits without any unwanted side effects. Alright, we've talked about apples. But what if you're in the mood for something juicier, sweeter, and packed with even more antioxidants? Well, you're in for a treat, because up next is a fruit that may be small, but its benefits are absolutely huge. It's vibrant, bursting with flavor, and one of the best superfoods for kidney health. Let's talk about blueberries. So, what makes these tiny berries so special? It all comes down to their powerful antioxidants, especially anthocyanins. These natural plant compounds are responsible for giving blueberries their deep blue color, but their real magic lies in how they protect your kidneys. As we talked about earlier, oxidative stress and inflammation play a big role in worsening kidney disease. Blueberries help fight both by neutralizing harmful free radicals before they can damage kidney cells, and by calming inflammation that could further harm kidney function. And here's something even better. Blueberries are one of the lowest potassium fruits out there. A half cup of blueberries contains just 114 milligrams of potassium, making them a fantastic choice for people with kidney concerns. Since excess potassium can be dangerous when kidney function is impaired, blueberries offer a naturally sweet and refreshing option without the risk of potassium overload. Now, what if you have diabetes? Since blueberries are naturally sweet, you might be wondering if they're safe to eat. The good news? Absolutely. With a glycemic index of around 53, they cause only a slow and steady rise in blood sugar. Nothing extreme. Plus, their fiber content helps slow down sugar absorption, keeping blood sugar levels stable. And as mentioned earlier, managing blood sugar is crucial for kidney health because high blood sugar can damage the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys over time. So by choosing blueberries, you're protecting both your blood sugar and kidney function at the same time. That said, as with anything, moderation is key. But wait, there's even more to love about blueberries. They're incredibly light on calories. Can you believe that a half cup has just 42 calories? That means you can snack on these little bursts of sweetness guilt-free while still fueling your body with powerful nutrients. It's the perfect way to satisfy your sweet tooth without compromising your kidney health. Now, How should you eat them for maximum benefits? The best way is to eat them fresh. Just rinse and enjoy. You can also toss them into smoothies, sprinkle them over yogurt, or mix them into oatmeal. Their natural sweetness makes them a perfect addition to meals without needing any added sugar. But have you ever baked blueberries into a pie, turned them into jam, or cooked them into a syrup? While it might make for a delicious treat, here's something important to keep in mind. If you want to get the full antioxidant power of blueberries, it's best not to cook them. Heat can break down anthocyanins, reducing their kidney protective benefits. So, while blueberry muffins or pies might taste great, they won't give you the same health perks as fresh or frozen blueberries. But, if you're craving something warm, try adding fresh blueberries on top of warm oatmeal or stirring them into yogurt after it's cooled. This way, you keep all those powerful antioxidants intact. When shopping for blueberries, look for plump, firm berries with a deep blue or purple color. The darker, the better. That rich color means they're loaded with antioxidants. To keep them fresh, store them in the fridge and try to eat them within a week. But let's be honest, they're so delicious they probably won't last that long. Moreover, one last thing to keep in mind. Blueberries are high in fiber, which is great for digestion, but eating too many at once may cause mild bloating or digestive discomfort. So, as always, moderation is key. All right. Now let's move to a fruit that's not just great for your kidneys and lowering creatinine. It's famous for protecting your entire urinary tract. Say hello to cranberries. You've probably heard that cranberries help with urinary tract infections, but do you know why they're so effective? It all comes down to special plant compounds called proanthocyanidins. These act like a protective shield for your urinary tract, preventing harmful bacteria, especially E. coli, from sticking to the bladder and urinary tract walls. And if bacteria can't stick, they can't multiply and cause an infection. But here's why this is especially important for kidney health. If a urinary tract infection is left untreated, the bacteria can travel up to the kidneys and cause a kidney infection, also known as pyelonephritis. This is a serious condition that can lead to fever, severe pain, and, in the long run, permanent kidney damage. For people with already weakened kidneys, frequent infections can further reduce kidney function, making it even harder for the body to filter waste products like creatinine. So, by regularly consuming cranberries, you're not just protecting your bladder, you're helping to prevent infections from spreading to your kidneys and causing further harm. But that's not the only way cranberries benefit your kidneys. They also have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. As we discussed earlier, inflammation and oxidative stress are two major factors that accelerate kidney damage and raise creatinine levels. This is where cranberries step in. Their rich supply of antioxidants helps reduce inflammation and neutralize free radicals, giving your kidneys the extra support they need to function better and efficiently filter out wastes like creatinine. And here's even more good news. Cranberries are one of the lowest potassium fruits available. A half cup of cranberries contains just 85 milligrams of potassium, making them an excellent choice for people with kidney disease. Additionally, cranberries contain soluble fiber, which, as we discussed with apples, helps remove toxins and waste products through digestion rather than relying solely on the kidneys. This indirect support helps lighten the workload on your kidneys, which is crucial for managing creatinine levels. And if you're watching your blood sugar, you'll be glad to know that cranberries have a glycemic index of around 45, meaning they won't cause sharp blood sugar spikes. However, here's something to be careful about. Many cranberry products, like cranberry juice and dried cranberries, are loaded with added sugars, which can be harmful to both kidney health and blood sugar control. So, what's the best option? Stick with unsweetened cranberry juice or dried cranberries with no added sugar, so you get all the benefits without the sugar overload. Now, let's talk about calories, because cranberries are incredibly light. A half cup contains just 25 calories, making them one of the lowest calorie fruits you can eat. That means you can snack on them guilt-free while still fueling your body with essential nutrients. Now, how should you eat them? Fresh cranberries are the best option, but let's be honest, they're quite tart. If eating them plain isn't appealing, try blending them into a smoothie, adding them to oatmeal, or making a homemade cranberry sauce with a touch of honey. And speaking of cranberry sauce, here's a simple and healthy way to make it at home without the excess sugar. To make a kidney-friendly cranberry sauce, rinse 2 cups of fresh cranberries and add them to a saucepan with half a cup of water. Bring to a gentle simmer over medium heat. As the cranberries start to soften and burst, stir in 2 to 3 tablespoons of pure honey or maple syrup, depending on your taste preference, and add a dash of cinnamon if you like extra flavor. Let it cook for about 10 minutes, stirring occasionally until the sauce thickens. Finally, add a squeeze of fresh orange or lemon juice for a little zing, then let it cool before serving. Just remember, don't overcook the cranberries. Cooking them for too long can break down their beneficial antioxidants, reducing their health-boosting properties. And if you prefer juice, go for 100% pure, unsweetened cranberry juice, not the sugary cranberry cocktails you see in stores. Moreover, when shopping for cranberries, look for firm, deep red berries. The darker the color, the higher the antioxidant content. To keep them fresh, store them in the fridge, where they can last for up to 4 weeks. However, keep one important thing in mind. Cranberries are naturally acidic, so drinking too much cranberry juice might cause stomach discomfort. As always, moderation is key. Moving forward, let's talk about a fruit that's not only delicious, but also incredibly refreshing: red grapes. These juicy, vibrant little gems are a favorite for many, whether eaten fresh, tossed into salads, or enjoyed as a frozen snack. But beyond their irresistible sweetness, there's something truly special about them when it comes to supporting overall health, including kidney function. So, what makes red grapes so beneficial? The secret lies in resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant found in their skin. This natural compound is famous for its anti-inflammatory and protective effects on cells, and your kidneys can benefit greatly from it. Since kidney disease often progresses due to chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, resveratrol steps in like a bodyguard, shielding kidney cells from damage and helping slow down the decline in function. And if that wasn't enough, red grapes are also loaded with flavonoids, another group of antioxidants that improve blood circulation, ensuring that your kidneys get a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to perform at their best. But there's one thing to be mindful of. Red grapes contain potassium. While it's not excessively high, a cup has around 288 milligrams, which is more than some other kidney-friendly fruits. If you need to keep an eye on your potassium levels, it's best to enjoy them in moderation rather than indulging in large quantities at once. However, if your doctor has told you that you don't need to restrict potassium, then red grapes can be a great addition to your diet. Now, if you're someone who needs to watch their blood sugar, you might be wondering if grapes are a safe choice. The answer? Absolutely! Red grapes have a glycemic index of around 53, meaning they don't cause rapid blood sugar spikes. Instead, they provide a steady release of energy. But since they do contain natural sugars, portion control is key, especially for those managing diabetes. Another reason to love red grapes? They're incredibly low in calories. A whole cup contains just 69 calories, making them a perfect guilt-free snack. Whether you're trying to maintain a healthy weight, control your blood sugar, or simply avoid unnecessary extra calories, red grapes fit right in. They satisfy your sweet tooth naturally, without the need for added sugars or artificial ingredients. Now, how should you eat them for maximum benefits? The best way is fresh and whole. Don't peel them. The skin is where most of the resveratrol and antioxidants are found, so removing it takes away much of their protective power. You can also freeze them for a refreshing snack on a hot day, or add them to a salad to bring in a juicy burst of flavor. They pair wonderfully with other kidney-friendly ingredients, like spinach, walnuts, and feta cheese for a nutrient-packed dish. When shopping for grapes, always choose firm, plump ones with a deep red or purple color. The darker they are, the richer they are in antioxidants. Store them in the fridge, and they'll stay fresh for up to 2 weeks. Though let's be honest, they're so delicious, they'll probably be gone much sooner. However, as always, one last thing to keep in mind. While red grapes are a fantastic choice for kidney health, too much of anything isn't ideal. Eating them in excessive amounts, especially all at once, can lead to a quick rise in blood sugar. So, as always, moderation is key. Enjoy them in balanced portions, and your kidneys and taste buds will thank you. Now, for the grand finale, we have a fruit that brings a tropical twist to kidney-friendly eating: pineapple. Sweet, juicy, and refreshingly tangy, this golden fruit isn't just delicious. It's packed with unique compounds that can benefit your kidneys in ways you might not expect. So, what makes pineapple so special? It all comes down to bromelain, a natural enzyme found in this fruit. Bromelain is known for its strong anti-inflammatory properties, helping to reduce swelling and inflammation in the body. Since kidney disease often involves chronic inflammation, adding anti-inflammatory foods like pineapple to your diet can provide much-needed support. Not only that, but bromelain also aids digestion by breaking down proteins, which can ease the workload on your digestive system and indirectly support kidney function. Another reason pineapple is a great choice: its potassium content is much lower than that of bananas, oranges, or even many other tropical fruits. A half cup of pineapple contains about 180 milligrams of potassium, making it a safer option for those who need to limit their intake. This means you can enjoy its juicy sweetness without worrying about a potassium overload, which is especially important for those with kidney disease. However, if you're managing diabetes, there's one thing to keep in mind. Pineapple has a glycemic index of around 66, meaning it can raise blood sugar levels more quickly than some other fruits. This doesn't mean you have to avoid it completely, but portion control is key. Eating it in moderation and pairing it with protein or fiber-rich foods can help slow down sugar absorption and keep blood sugar levels stable. And here's another bonus. Pineapple is relatively low in calories. With just 41 calories per half cup, it's a light and refreshing way to satisfy your sweet cravings without loading up on excess calories. When it comes to enjoying pineapple, fresh is always best. You can eat it as is, toss it into fruit salads, or blend it into smoothies for a tropical treat. Just be mindful of canned pineapple. Many varieties are packed in sugary syrup, which isn't ideal for kidney health or blood sugar control. If you opt for canned, choose one that's packed in its own juice with no added sugar. When picking a pineapple, look for one that has a golden, slightly soft exterior and a sweet, fragrant smell at the base. If it's still green and firm, let it ripen at room temperature for a few days. Once ripe, store it in the fridge to keep it fresh for longer. However, one last thing to note. If you've ever eaten a lot of pineapple and felt a tingling or slight burning sensation in your mouth, that's bromelain at work. This enzyme can sometimes cause mild irritation, especially if you eat too much at once. But don't worry. Soaking pineapple in cold water for a few minutes before eating can help reduce this effect. And that wraps up our list of the best kidney-friendly fruits. Hopefully, you now have a better idea of how these delicious, nutrient-packed options can support your kidneys and help manage creatinine levels. But don't keep this information to yourself. There are so many people out there who need to hear this. If you found this helpful, make sure to give this video a like so it reaches more people who might be struggling with kidney issues. And don't forget to share it with anyone you know who is dealing with high creatinine, kidney disease, or simply wants to take better care of their health. You never know, this small step could make a huge difference in someone's life. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you tried any of these fruits in your diet? Do you have a favorite kidney-friendly recipe? Drop your thoughts below and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay healthy and take care.